What is up, everybody? Welcome to another week of Let Us Talk to Ya. Yeah, it pains me to do that. But as you can see, we have two of our normal guests, Xero News and Tyler. I pointed in the wrong directions. Don't edit that out. No, but gentlemen, another week, another show. Let's do this. So let's start off. We got some topics at hand. This has been a busy week regarding wrestling, injuries, big shows, TV deals. It's been kind of crazy, but I think we got a lot to dive into. Now, I believe it was yesterday was when all the releases came down from WWE.
Everything happened yesterday.
Yeah, was it yesterday? Oh, yesterday. Yeah. So, we'll go down some big names. I'm not going to get all the names. If I forgot any names, please throw them out there. We had Dolph Ziggler get released, Shelton Benjamin, Dana Brooke, Emma, Riddick Moss, Elias, Rick Boogs, Ali, which was an interesting one because he wasn't part of those cuts, but we'll get into that. And Aaliyah. Now, there is more, I'm well aware. Quincy Elliott, Brooklyn Barlow, yes, but so those are some NXT people. Who is the most shocking name you guys saw yesterday that got released?
Oh, I might as well go then.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to say either Ali Ali because he's obviously been on TV and he was actually got a match where he was meant to be having a match, next week, isn't it? For
against Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, against Dominic.
He was supposed to fight Dominic Mysterio at No Mercy.
Yeah, so that was quite a shocker. I mean, although he has obviously been requesting his release in that beforehand and he's been wanting it for a while, it was still quite shocking. And also the other one, which I found quite shocking because they've actually been getting used on TV, was Dana Brooke, because she was obviously just like she's still being used in that in matches, and she was midway through a feud as well. So they've released her midway through a feud. It's exactly the same as Ali. So that was another shocking one for it. Some of the other ones weren't so shocking. Obviously, you had Mason Mansour and stuff, and obviously Top Dollar. Which didn't really,
that one hurt. I love Top Dollar. I really do. Ever since the WWE History show or the Hidden Treasure show he hosted then I met him. Super nice guy. That one pained me. But Tyler, who was the most shocking to you?
I think Dolph Ziggler and Shelton Benjamin. I know they've been the kind of utility players, but that's two stalwarts right there for the company. It's just, to me, that was the surprises. I agree with Xero. Dana Brooks seemed like her career was getting re-energized like Ali and NXT. So to me, those two do stand out. And to me, Rick Boogs, even though he brought the energy, I think once he got hurt, unfortunately, the injuries, and with Elias too, the creative didn't do him any favors, and I think they just fell into that black hole of what do we do with them, and so to me that was not so surprising, even though it still hurt. I think it's terrible, any of these people losing their jobs, but it's part of this Endeavor structure. What TKO plans to do. It's I think we're unfortunately going to see more because they're trying to cut expenses, losses, not just in the office, but obviously with talent. So, but to me, Ziggler and Benjamin, right away, I was like, wow, they are definitely cutting some big names. It's not just, we hadn't seen this person in a long time. These are people that are relevant that we could see returning, and guess what? They're going to find a new home. So, I mean, to me, immediately that was shockers. Probably Dolph and Shelton to go back to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Dolph was an interesting name. I was like, wow. I mean, God, when did the Spirit Squad debut? 2005. So he's been with the company nearly 20 years, give or take.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
But it's not 19 years today he debuted.
19 years today?
19 years today, I've seen online. It was,
So he was at 18 years and 364 days. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. But yeah, Ziggler, Benjamin, I was kind of shocked Alexander didn't go, but, good for him on keeping his job. Dana Brooke was an interesting one. The other ones were not really so shocking, per se. I mean, you don't want to see anyone lose their jobs, of course. But you know, they weren't on TV, they weren't doing anything, you know. But it was interesting. But we don't have to go over every person, but I'll throw a handful of names out at you, and just and we can segue into Xero, what he saw. Where do you think these guys are going to go? What company? Or if you don't think they're going anywhere, just say nowhere, you know. Let's start off with the obvious one, Dolph Ziggler. Whoever wants to take it.
I think Ziggler may go to AEW just due to his brother being there. That's
his
the
brother
only
got
reason.
Fired though. Remember that?
Oh, he did. He got fired from AEW.
Punk got him fired.
Oh, that's right. So maybe that's not going to happen now. That's why I was thinking AEW. Yeah. Well, I could see Impact. I mean, they are doing some good stuff. I mean, I could see maybe Ziggler. I know it's not, people don't view it as high profile like an AEW or, you know, in that vein, but I could see him actually doing some good character work with Impact. I mean, they are developing good storylines is what I'm trying to get at. And to me, if I'm going to guess, I could see Dolph maybe fitting their brand a little bit.
Yeah.
I could see him still going to AEW. Maybe they'll rehire his brother because, you know, CM Punk got fired. What do you think, Xero? Where do you think he's going?
Well, I think he might be focusing on his comedy career for a little bit.
That's fair.
Because obviously he's got all that. So, I mean, he might not even sign anywhere. Because, like what you said, if his brother's been released from AEW, I originally thought that. But now, obviously, someone has said that his brother's gone from AEW in that now. You know, he might not want to go anywhere. He might want to, obviously, you know, what is he now? He's 40 something old, I think. 45 or something like that, isn't he?
He's
probably something like
Dolph's
that.
45. No, hold on.
He's in his 40s, so he's either 40 or 45 or something like that, I think I've seen. So, I mean, he might just want to pack it up because, I mean, even when he was at WWE, he only wrestled for the past couple of years, like once or twice a year, didn't he, or whatever, really? So you might want to do it full time.
Dolph Ziggler is 43 years old.
43, I was close then, yeah. So between 40 and 45, but yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, so like I said,
looks incredible.
So because of that, you know, he might want to actually he might just want to pack it up for a little bit and just focus on his comedy thing because of course he was doing that, or heck, acting or whatever, and that, and
he would be a good stuntman.
Yeah,
he really would.
Yeah.
When Goldberg speared him at SummerSlam, what was that, 2019?
Yeah.
It's been a few years.
It looked like Ziggler got shot out of a cannon.
Yeah.
That's how good it was.
Yeah.
I was like,
he sold it well.
Yeah. He would be a great stuntman, I would think.
Yeah, that's my thoughts on it. He's probably gonna focus. He's probably not going to go anywhere, especially if his brother's not if his brother's not employed anywhere really at the moment. Maybe he focuses primarily on his comedy career, or he becomes an actor. That's my one.
Yeah. He could also AEW could be like, hey, we want to sign you. Well, bring my brother back and we'll talk. Yeah. That could be the way it goes.
And use it as a negotiation tactic.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, what was I going to say? Tyler, I do want to mention something you said before about Rick Boogs. I completely agree with you. The injury did indeed derail him. The guy was over at WrestleMania. I was there, and then just unfortunate timing.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I'm a fan of Boogs, man. The energy, and McAfee would get up on the table and dance. I mean, you could tell people loved him. He was infectious with his charisma. He had the look. I think they were finally starting to pull the trigger on him, and then, like we all are stating, injuries just are the Achilles heel, literally, to anybody's career. It's a detriment. So it's a shame. I mean, Rick Boogs could have went a lot farther than what he originally was intended to.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we'll go with this one. Elias. What do you guys think? I have an. I'll start off. AEW, All Elias Wrestling. There you go.
Sounds good.
That one's free. AEW. Don't get excited. I mean, it's in the letters. That's the only reason I say AEW.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, go on.
I'll let Xero go.
I reckon though I reckon like NWA or Impact might try and snap him up because Impact are looking for a couple of big names in that at the moment, and is, well, if he goes Impact and NWA, then he's got that freedom as well. Because then obviously, like, I know obviously like AEW sometimes lets their wrestlers go elsewhere, but you know, they would lock him down to like a full-time sort of deal thingy. Whereas obviously he's got the music. He might want to go to Japan and everything like that. And he might want to do that. Whereas obviously, you know, Impact gives them that freedom. Impact lets them go everywhere else, and you know, and NWA as well. NWA, this is the thing as well, with their tapings, they only tape twice, or they only tape like it's once every 4 months or something like that. It's once every 3 months or once every 4 months they tape, and then the rest of the year they're off. So, you know, that's all they need to do is just commit to 2 or 3 days back to back for it, get them done, then you can then focus on the music or whatever else. So I personally think NWA or Impact for Elias, really.
I mean, yeah, it definitely would have an easier schedule for sure. Most of these guys would.
I mean, the only other option would be is Elias AEW, Ezekiel NWA, Rod Impact, basically. You know, if you could somehow
the 3 faces of Elias.
Yeah. And then they all somehow enter the Royal Rumble. I don't know how.
Yeah. They'll come back to the Royal Rumble, yeah.
I think Elias could go to the Indies too, like Cardona. Maybe he could do something similar to what Cardona's doing.
I think Elias would be a big hit over there on the Indies.
Yeah, just imagine that. They literally lights just go off of that, just at a random indie show and that, and all of a sudden you've got, hello, I am Elias. And that just literally just like in the middle of the ring or whatever his name would be.
Correct.
And then just says that.
Cool.
That'd be good, yeah. Some of them.
No, it would be epic.
That would be cool. We'll do a couple more. Emma.
I think maybe Impact. Yeah.
Yeah, going back to Impact. Yeah, going back to Impact. She's got a history there, hasn't she? So. And
we'll do this one last. All right, Rick Boogs. This is not the last one. Rick Boogs. What do you guys think? I can see NWA for him.
Probably, yeah.
I could. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. He does, and if you look at some of their wrestlers now on their current roster, he does seem like he would fit. So I think that's a good comparison, or a good place to put him. Maybe not comparison, but just to position him.
And I did say we'd save this one for last. Mr. I didn't want to answer my phone. Riddick Moss. That was funny. That was funny. He knew. Once Emma got the call, he's like, well.
Yeah.
And Riddick Moss, a big Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah, he'll probably go Impact with Emma. They'll go together. Wherever they go, they'll go together. Because of then the traveling schedules and stuff like that, really. And
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. I wouldn't. What about you?
Makes
Tyler?
sense.
Rick Moss,
no, it's hard to not agree because you know they're engaged to be married. Not that couples can't work elsewhere. It's just it would seem fitting that they would. You could debut him with Impact. Hey, he could be there with Emma. They can still go around the world, do what they need to do, and you know everybody's happy. So yeah, it's really more difficult to answer some of these because you could kind of see them whether it's an NWA, Impact, or AEW. But like Bobby was bringing up, Xero, you know the whole Ziggler connection is gone. But if the way you can use negotiations now is very interesting. So there's really a lot more layers to it. But you know to make the story short, I can see it Impact just being the destination, just off my head.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got some names out there. And honestly, I'll be brutally honest. When I got the alert that Aaliyah was released, I thought she was gone already.
Talk about that and I'll let you finish. So then I'll say something.
No, go ahead.
The thing I've been seeing online,
go ahead with your list.
So this is the list that's been going around Twitter since last night, right?
AEW.
No, so it's got here. No, it's actually got here. So it's got Shelton Benjamin, AEW.
Yeah, that's not happening. No shot.
Dolph Ziggler at AEW.
That's possible.
Yeah, Mustafa Ali, New Japan or AEW.
He might be an AEW.
Yeah. Rick Boogs, Impact. Riddick, Impact. Emma, Impact. Elias, Impact. They've got down here. Top Dollar, Impact. So most of them's gone to Impact and that, right?
He ain't going to AEW. I can tell you that.
Yeah. And then the last one, Aaliyah. everyone on this list has got Aaliyah OnlyFans. So that's what they put down there. They will put down Aaliyah OnlyFans. That's literally what they put on there, basically.
I mean, everybody's doing it. I mean, Lacey and Mandy Rose. So, hey, there may be a market. I mean, obviously, where they, hey, if nothing else, they do OnlyFans.
Yeah,
so.
and everyone else as well was like, does Dana Brooke join her as well? That was the only other one which was on the list as well. That's literally all you've got on this list is just Aaliyah OnlyFans. It's like, what the hell? I've seen that. But
yeah, Shelton Benjamin. I don't see him because I think. No, you're fine. I was just going to reiterate, I don't think he'll fit in with AEW. I think he may not trust their creative, to be honest. That may be worse.
Maybe a trainer or a coach. I could see him doing that.
Yeah, I was going to say,
see that.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe backstage because he's got that sort of, it's got that sort of thing now, and he's got the experience and stuff. So yeah, so maybe backstage in that backstage role, for it. So. You never know. If Shelton does go to backstage role there, they might actually be able to get Kurt Angle to appear for a couple of appearances. Because Kurt would probably go somewhere where Shelton would go. You never know.
Yeah.
Right?
And then strong connection.
Yeah, well, that won't happen. Brock will never go to AEW.
He's too loyal. I mean, you can tell even with Vince still. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we will get into Vince, but news broke yesterday. Actually, there was a lot of big news yesterday, but SmackDown is returning to the USA Network in 2024. It's staying on Friday nights. Gentlemen and Xero, what do we think about that?
I'll let Xero go ahead.
For me, it won't really affect me because obviously I get it on... I don't get any change over here because it's TNT Sports over here now. So obviously for me, it won't really make any difference. I mean... For you guys, I've seen is for you guys as well. I have obviously, it's going to probably be big, and I know the deal they're getting is a lot more than Raw's got at the moment. Well, no, so I know what Fox has offered them. Sorry, at the moment because Fox is doing what? It's $1 billion for the 5 years.
It's 200 a year, and this one's 1.4 billion for 5 years. So what is that, like 300 a year or something?
Yeah, something. Yeah, no, it's like 200. It's like 288 or something like that a year, I think it is, to make it up to that. So yeah, but it's a much bigger deal, and that's just for SmackDown. So you got to think. I wonder what they're going to get for Raw and NXT, because that will come as either a combined deal or two separate deals for that one as well. So they're going to be rolling it in for those deals for that. But yeah, I think moving SmackDown off of Fox, maybe onto USA Network, those ratings are going to go one of two ways. They're either going to plummet because some people hate USA Network, or they're going to go massively up because it's a lot easier to get USA Network, isn't it, than Fox, from my understanding. Is that correct? Or I'm not sure which one's in more household.
I would, Tyler, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Fox is in more households, correct?
I think so, at least on your big cable broadcast like where USA, if you've got streaming services like YouTube TV or even a cable box, you'll be able to get it in the normal package. But most of the time, like ABC, Fox, NBC, and Bobby can help me out. I think those are your major ones. That's even on basic cable. Yeah,
I would think Fox is more. Now, if they were to go to NBC, that's a different story. But no.
Also, as well, with SmackDown obviously staying on that, with SmackDown moving over as well, it means that now they can still stay on Peacock as well for the pay-per-views. So you're not going to have like ridiculously priced pay-per-views and stuff. So they've still got the option of Peacock there, and so obviously you got that. Plus as well, obviously they're doing those network specials, aren't they? With it?
Yeah, 4 a year.
Yeah, 4 a year. Yeah. So
now is that on NBC?
That's going to be on USA Network. They're actually doing them on USA Network. Yeah. So. It's probably going to be like the NXT ones, I would have thought, where you get like the Great American Bash and stuff like that. That's probably what they mean by them. So
that was part of the appeal, is from what I'm gathering on this deal, to get those network specials, to be able to kind of maybe freshen it up. And because SmackDown, help me, it used to be on USA back years ago, didn't it?
I believe right before I went to Fox, it was on USA. If I remember.
I'm trying to get my timelines together.
Yeah,
I believe.
I think it was. Yeah. But then that's one thing as well. Actually, somebody brought this up earlier on. I was going to bring this one up tonight. Is where it's obviously gone to USA Network now. can you see them granting SmackDown the extra hour? Can you see SmackDown going to 3 hours where it's gone to USA Network?
No,
because if USA Network is giving Raw 3 hours, can you see them giving SmackDown 3 hours?
But 3 hours.
I can see it.
3 hours on a Friday, man. You're pushing it with 2, in my opinion. But
I mean, I hope not. But yeah,
I guess if there is a night to do it, it would be Friday.
Yeah, I mean, I've put it on the Friday at the same times, or just move it forward a little bit, so you maybe start it at 7 rather than 8, and that's then maybe how you get it. So, because I don't know obviously what's on the USA Network. Is it all on a Friday night? Is it replays or anything like that, or is it?
I think it's movies on it for the most part.
So I guess if they've got the space there, then they could obviously just whack it in there, couldn't they? Like give it 3 hours or something there. I guess for it.
I mean,
yeah, they could.
Yeah, I mean, there was one night I watched NXT, and then I watched a movie aired right after, and I watched it. Yeah. So I would assume they do the same thing on Friday nights. I'm not really sure.
I don't know,
off the top of my head, but yeah. So yeah, 1.4 million. Where do we think Raw and NXT going? Where do we think Raw and NXT are going, gentlemen?
Tough one. I might as well go again for this one. So it's going to go one of two ways. Either USA Network's going to pick all 3 up, so they own a complete package, or it's going to Amazon. That's the 2 options. That's the only 2 options.
I think NBC is going to stick with it. Now, do they try and put Raw on NBC?
Don't know.
I mean, it's always a possibility. I mean, it would be, tantalizing a little bit, because you're like, it's all under one family, and you've got NBC at the big network, and why not? Hey, you could.
I mean, I mean, the only issue with it would be, well, obviously not stick it. Obviously, if they all stuck on NBC or USA Network or whatever it is, they would obviously still stick on the same nights, because there's been those rumors going around that Amazon have turned around and said if they take Raw and NXT, they're going to move the nights, so they're gonna juggle them around because of Amazon Air, like live sports and stuff like that, other nights as well. Like I think they actually air something on a Monday night and that, so they'll be looking at moving Raw to either like a Wednesday or a Thursday or something like that, really. So that's what they're then doing. So they could probably end up moving it all to the end of the week, so you then have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then the pay-per-view days. They could end up going like that, obviously, if you have it on streaming, correct? So with sort of no gap in the middle.
But we don't want it to interrupt AEW. So
do we think Disney or the ESPN kind of deal will still be in play, or do you not see that being a thing anymore?
Wait, what Disney ESPN do?
I can't see.
Well,
Disney
I mean, just in the talks, like the candidates, as what to the question.
I hope not. ESPN Plus is a big scam, so and I stand by that.
I can't see Disney because Disney are apparently more in debt than Warner Brothers are at the moment. But that's another interesting one as well.
Wow.
Don't know. Apparently they're selling loads of stuff off. They're selling loads of stuff off to try and get money back. But it's that one there. So that's another one actually. Just talking about that one whilst I brought that one up. Warner Brothers has been mentioned as quite a high contender as well for Raw and NXT. Yeah, that
would be wild.
Yeah.
It would be very interesting.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying is I've seen something the other day. They've I can't remember who mentioned it down. I think it could have been the Wall Street Journal actually. Dave Tamana said that the top 3 it's like Disney. The top 3 is like Amazon, Warner Brothers, and then NBCU. Right, that was the top 3 who's bidding for NXT and Raw at the moment. So imagine obviously if Warner Brothers gets Raw and NXT as well. That could be
wild.
That would be, yeah.
And they pit them against each other.
But then would they trust? Yeah. But then would they trust it on there though? Because of course you've seen what they've done with WCW back in the day, wasn't it? On that.
Yeah. Warner Brothers has a problem with sticking their hand in the fire too much, and they ruin a lot of good things.
Yeah.
No, they do. Yeah, I mean, think about going back to WCW though. That was a lot of the problem. I mean, there was a lot of blame to go around, but it was the merger with Time Warner and AOL too that was a big part of it.
Yeah. So no, yeah. So the one going back to the question anyway, the ones which I can see is either going to be Amazon or it's going to be USA, well, NBCU or whatever it is. That's the two which I can see.
Personally, I think NBC is keeping them all. Personally, that's just my opinion. I just see it, and that's how they keep it on Peacock and all that.
Which would be fine with me. I mean, either
cool.
way.
Listen, $10 pay-per-views, I'm cool.
Yeah. Right. I mean, it's a lot more feasible. I mean, I'm all for it.
Yeah. Plus as well, actually, if you think about it, if it's all on one network, you can officially end the brand split because they've only got the brand split because it's two separate networks. And the networks were requesting certain superstars.
Brand split though.
No, but like for example, like Roman was requested by Fox and he was locked down to Fox. And that's why, if you notice, he hasn't appeared on Raw since the last. Well, to be fair, he hasn't even showed up to work for the past couple of months. But you know, but he's but that's why like he's only appeared on Fox since the draft because like Fox requested him and locked him to that brand. Whereas obviously, if they are all on the same sort of network, then you don't have to worry about that, then do you? Because then they can show up anywhere.
Last time Roman was on Raw was what, pre-Rumble maybe?
Yeah.
It was around kind of the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So,
but we'll see what WWE does deal-wise. But that does segue into a certain man who tends to stay out of the news as often as he can. One Vincent McMahon. I'm just kidding. He's always in the news. Yeah, Vince could be in trouble. Could is the key word here, folks. A TKO filing statement said Vince McMahon's board membership could expose negativity, publicity concerning adverse financial and operational impacts on TKO's business. Now, do we think Vince is going to leave his position of power? What do we think?
Nah.
I just don't see it because I think Kurt Angle revealed Vince wants to live over 100 years old. What, 115? And this has been his.
Yeah.
This is still his baby, even though Endeavor's taken over. He's have to answer to Ari Emanuel. I just don't see Vince is going to have some kind of stronghold on the company in some way, whether he abides by the rules or not. Now you're hearing conflicting reports about it. He wants to find a way out, I guess, in case it does get this bad. But I'm like you guys. I don't see where Vince McMahon goes anywhere. I think it's just it's good publicity, negative or positive. What's it doing, gentlemen? It's keeping people talking.
Yeah,
that's it.
Vince is gonna die in office. I think not in office, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
I thought the president, but I just don't see him leaving. And did you guys see what he did at the meeting the other day?
Walked in that and said something like he was like,
yeah, they introduced him and nobody clapped. He goes, "You're supposed to clap, damn it."
Yeah.
He goes, "I'm Vince McMahon."
I did not hear.
Yeah.
And then he left the stage and they started clapping. He goes, "Now you're learning." It's like, oh god.
He knows how to manipulate, man. He's still doing it. I mean, even with new executives.
Yeah, at 76 years old with a cane or whatever he's got.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, so I don't see this happening. They obviously signed Vince to this deal knowing he had baggage.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they had to know. I mean, it's been out.
The only other thing which I can see is, and this is like, I think this could be a bit of a possibility, is Stephanie comes in and takes over Vince again, because Nick Khan has been commenting on her quite a lot recently and has been turning around and saying about how it was a shame and everything that she left and how he would love to have her back in the company and stuff like that. So maybe Stephanie comes back in, or Shane. It's gonna whatever. If Vince goes, a McMahon will take over no matter what. I reckon you'll either have Triple H step up into Vince's role now. Is she
going to come back?
I don't know. Is she still kicking around? I think so. I don't know. Like,
she's still. I think she's still.
She's still in politics. I believe.
Because isn't she on Trump's team? I think that's the thing. But
is she still on Trump's team? I don't even know.
I think so. I don't know. But yeah,
I'm not sure either.
The only way which I can see it is, like I said, is either Triple H will step up into Vince's role and take on that one, and then they'll have a new head of creative in there, or Shane or Stephanie will come back. The only problem with Shane is if he comes in, he's going to book himself to win the Royal Rumble every year, and that. So that's going to be anything you're going to have with Shane is you'll have that one.
Was that Royal Rumble 2022?
Yeah, it was,
Where Brock won. Yeah. Shane was like, yeah, I'll win the Rumble, and Vince was like, what? No.
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be Austin Theory's opponent that year at WrestleMania.
Yeah, no, but
Theory that Vince fired him.
Yeah, but it's
Vince let him go.
Yeah, no, but that's the only way which I can see it is if Vince does step down, he won't fully. He'll step down, but he'll hand it to one of the kids. He'll hand it to either Shane or Stephanie. That's the only way they're going to do it. It's never going to leave a McMahon. A McMahon will always have some power in that company, no matter what.
And I would, and I would rather it be Stephanie, because Triple H would still, have that creative control. I think that's what everybody would want. They'd be more confident with Triple H ahead.
We had that for a little while last year with Stephanie at the helm and Triple H running.
It worked well. It worked well as well.
What, 6 months, give or take?
Yeah.
And then Vince said, "All right, I'm back."
And Stephanie was like, "Right, I'm gone."
And then Stephanie dipped real quick.
Yeah, Stephanie just went, "Right, I'm gone."
Yeah. But on to more positive news for the WWE. I apologize in advance, people, but I have to do it. Aussie! Oi! That's right. WWE is going back to Australia. February 24th, 2024, for the Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. Perth? Yeah.
No, that's correct.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, it's gotta be. What do we think? I hate that I'll have to be up that early, but
6 a.m. for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very early.
I'm not a morning person, to say the least, but
I'm not either.
Yeah, I don't mind like 10 a.m., but like 6 is a bit much.
Better be drinking a lot of coffee to get up.
Or beer.
That's main show. That's main show time as well. So obviously you have the pre-show at 5, so it'll be 5 o'clock pre-show.
I can skip that. I think I can get up 5 minutes before 6, and I'll be okay.
Probably. Yeah, I was supposed to just sit there watching it or whatever. But
do we think our Australian friends are in for a big moment, like a Grayson Waller, Bronson Reed?
Definitely.
I was thinking along the lines of Waller could win the United States title and Bronson Reed could beat Chad Gable for the Intercontinental.
Fascinating.
Cool. Yeah, I think.
And then somebody brought up that they reckon that Rhea should defend inside the Elimination Chamber. That could be the thing as well.
I think she should.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Obviously, if she's obviously still champion by that point, which you can see she's going to go into WrestleMania as champion. I can see. Especially with the Australian event coming up now, they're not going to take that belt off her before then. That maybe she. Well, they do it one of two ways: either she defends successfully in the Elimination Chamber, or she loses it in Australia. So she defends, but then she loses it in the Elimination Chamber. For it, that's what I can see for it. Maybe. I
don't think she should lose right before WrestleMania, because that's like a month and a half before WrestleMania.
Yeah, but then the only other way which then you're going to get around that then is if the Rumble winner is then going to challenge for. Well, if they're going to have Rhea defended inside the chamber, then obviously that will mean then they won't actually have a women's championship chamber match to determine the other one, will they? So they're going to have to have.
I mean, they can chamber match to determine the SmackDown women's #1 contender.
It depends, because I mean the Rumble winner could challenge for. The Rumble winner challenges SmackDown one again this year.
Oh yeah, I see
that one. Yeah, and then the Raw one will then be defended at Elimination Chamber, and then obviously then if Rhea wins, somebody can then step up and say, "I'm facing you at WrestleMania" or something like that, or or something like that. Like maybe they do it on the Raw afterwards. But that's what that's the only thing I can see. But yeah, I can definitely see all of the Aussie stars are going to be somehow involved quite a lot at Elimination Chamber.
Waller, Reed, Rhea. Am I forgetting anyone?
That's it. Dakota Kai. She's back by then.
Oh, Dakota Kai, right? Yeah, she's from
If
down
she's
around
back, yeah.
If she's back, yeah.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Because obviously they've just released Emma, and obviously she was from there.
Yeah.
Because obviously,
so
that was tough timing. Yeah. She's like, "Oh, I'm excited. Oh, wait, I'm released." Yeah.
I get to have my dream of wrestling in my home country. Oh, never mind, I'm released.
Yeah, but no, I can't think of any other Australian ones. No, I can. Zion Quinn's still in the company. He's technically Australian, so I mean,
what
I don't know
about
where
Duke
he
Hudson?
is.
I mean, he's
Duke
NXT.
Hudson, Duke Hudson,
yeah, Duke Hudson. Okay.
Yeah, they could have him do something, couldn't they? The Australian one, even if they put him up. But I mean, I don't know. They're definitely going to have something there. I can see as well. Maybe one of the Australians is going to main event. I can sense that now. They're definitely going to have one of the Australians main event.
Rhea would be the ideal one.
Yeah, Rhea's got to be the one that main events, but it's ideal to let them shine. To your all's point, you want the native people to be the ones that go over. At least have, even if they don't go over, just have the spotlight.
It would be cool to have Dakota win like the SmackDown Women's title because she's on SmackDown now, right?
Yeah.
Have her win it in front of her home country, then have
because
her
defended. Yeah, because then they could also do the damage control breakup, then couldn't they? If you think about it, they could do a triple threat. They could do a triple threat in Australia, and then have
or they could do a triple threat at WrestleMania.
Yeah, WrestleMania, yeah.
Well, WrestleMania would be a good stage.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'd be
and like maybe then Io challenges her back, and then and then Bayley challenges as well for it, and then triple threat.
Bayley somehow sneaks her way in.
Yeah, but you could still build to it, like you all were saying.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. I'm not totally excited for the time, but those international crowds are always hot, man. So
11 in the morning for me. Glorious times. 11 in the morning for me.
That's a solid time. I gotta be honest. That's a solid time. Yeah, I would. 11 a.m.'s good. Not too early, not too late.
Because if that's a lovely little 3-hour pay-per-view, lovely little maybe 3.5 hour pay-per-view, just over lunchtime sorted. That'll be, wouldn't it?
Early dinner,
or a brunch.
Yeah. So that's all right. I can roll out of bed at 10 to 11 and go straight onto the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I might have to work that day, so I don't think I'll be getting up and watching it live.
People were saying, wasn't it, for SmackDown and that? Somebody compared it earlier. It's 5-hour gap in between SmackDown and Elimination Chamber. It'll be.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah, from end to start. Yeah, it's gonna be 5-hour gap. So that one's pre-filmed as well. They'll obviously be doing. They'll probably be pre-filming that one. They've got to. That SmackDown's got to be pre-filmed. They won't be able to hold that in Australia and then do 5 hours later Elimination Chamber. No, because it'd be filmed the day before anyway. SmackDown would be.
But no, if you're in the same. Wait, they could do a live SmackDown in Australia, can't they?
That'd be on Thursday. Don't forget they're ahead. So if they done SmackDown in Australia, that would be on the same.
I
forget they are a day ahead myself.
Because if you think about it, if they done a live SmackDown in Australia, that would be at 6 a.m. for you guys. So whatever, it would be on tape delay. So I mean, they could tape it over there and put it on normal times over in America and stuff like that for it, or they just film it the week before they fly out. And then obviously then you have it normal times, and then then it'd be whatever. It's going to be 5-hour gap between it. I can see. So that's going to be the thing for that one. That's going to be quite fun.
I'm happy for the Australian people and the talent. I think this is huge.
If they could just change the times just a little, I'm selfish. I know, just like even 9 a.m. I would do.
Well, yeah, but then that'd be too late for them, then, won't it? Because if you think about it, that's. Over in Australia, that's 7 o'clock start. What it is now, so for 6 o'clock at the moment, that'd be 9 o'clock start. No, so that'd be 7 o'clock start. So that'd be what, 10 if they moved it to that. So they wouldn't actually be starting the event until 10 p.m. if they moved it to 9 a.m. start for you guys. That wouldn't be. That'd be 10 o'clock start over there. They wouldn't do that.
Again, I'm pretty selfish, so
The only other way which I can see it is maybe they push it forward an hour and they start it at 8.
No,
over there,
I don't think
it's going to be 7.
They're gonna benefit the home country as they should.
That's a right call.
It's cool. Yeah, no. I'm just selfish, you know. What can I
Obviously, what is it? Central's 3 a.m. So good job it's not 3 a.m. for you guys.
No, Central would be 5 a.m.
Would it?
Oh, West Coast would be 3 a.m.
West Coast, yeah. So yeah, because it was red.
West Coast would be 3 a.m.
That's it, yeah.
My alarm would go off, and I'd be like, "What?" And then I'd be like, "Oh no, problem."
I know a lot of the Cody fans are moaning because they reckon that's when Cody's gonna win the Chamber or something there. So try and do that one. So obviously you got all the Cody fans saying, "Oh yeah, no, I've got to get up at bloody 6 a.m. just to see Cody win the Chamber or whatever it be." You know.
God, I hope he doesn't win the Chamber.
So yeah.
I don't know that he needs the Chamber. It's kind of like with the Roman match. I don't know that needs to be a part of his story. I mean, you'll have people argue.
Yeah, I don't even think we're going to end up getting Roman Cody. Now Dwayne's back on the scene, and he's already said he's willing to do it. I don't think we're getting Roman Cody. I think
we got to get The Rock and Roman now.
Yeah. Then they move Roman Cody maybe to 41. It will annoy a lot of people, but that's what I can personally see as they move Roman Cody to 41. So, you know.
Interesting, yeah.
We went
well, if this strike is coming to an end, I don't know if we'll see The Rock, but
it depends on it.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah, we shall see. But on to Xero's favorite company. They just had one of their biggest shows of the year, AEW Grand Slam, and boy, did it have problems. Jon Moxley got a minor concussion. Don't know how it wasn't a major concussion. The ref somehow thought he was kicking out. It was a bad look. What do we think about that?
Yeah, it was.
Xero loves it, I know.
No, I didn't know. No, it was stupid. They shouldn't have done it. They should not have done it.
Yeah. So my friends were there, and they were like, they were texting, and I'm on major delay. They were like, "Is Moxley dead?" And I'm like, "Hold on," and I'm like, "Oh, that's a bad look." And then, that wasn't even it. Adam Cole, he runs to the ring and he somehow injures himself.
Oh, I know. That was wild.
I was like, "Oy." Yeah. What'd you guys think, though, overall with Grand Slam? We had no surprises.
We didn't.
I really thought Mercedes was going to come out and confront Saraya.
She's still injured, isn't she?
Well, but 1 year to the day, just, stare down, whatever. And I also thought something was going to happen with MJF. By the way, the MJF match, brilliant ending. If those of you that haven't seen, did you see it, Xero, or no?
No.
So MJF choked out Samoa Joe. And MJF win. The ref was half knocked out, and he rings for the bell. And the ref's trying to raise MJF's hand, but he doesn't want to show the chain. So MJF hugs the ref, tosses the chain. Cole picks up the chain and puts it in his pocket.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I thought it was well done. Yeah. And it protected Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good match.
Yeah.
I mean, I did hear that the fans were booing come the end of the tapings because, of course, they done the second bit of Rampage or whatever. Because, of course, they're doing a 2-hour. Is it a 2-hour Rampage?
Yeah,
I think so.
Rampage tomorrow or tonight. At the time of recording, Rampage is on tonight.
Yeah,
it is 2 hours. Yes.
Yeah, and they've done because they done the second bit after the show, and apparently the fans were booing because, of course, they were expecting surprises, and they got a surprise, but it wasn't who they thought it was. So, yeah, the end
what
of it.
What was the surprise?
The Impractical Jokers showed up.
They did?
Yeah, the Impractical Jokers showed up. Yeah, that was it.
Oh, who would do that?
Yeah, it's that's what it was. Yeah, but everyone went into the show hyped, thinking they were getting Edge, thinking they were getting Mercedes, thinking they were getting everyone out, basically. Yeah. So that's literally all day on Twitter. All I seen was, oh my god! Today, literally all I seen all day on the Twitter was just, oh my god, today's the day, and then it was pictures and then Edge, with the AEW logo next to it, and then like Mercedes with the AEW logo next to it, and that, and then obviously then when nobody showed up, everyone was like, "Oh, well, that was a bad show, wasn't it?" Basically. And
Yeah,
I just felt this
one surprise, but
yeah,
I don't know.
But
go ahead, Tyler. Or is he frozen?
I think he's frozen.
Oh yeah, he's frozen.
Yeah, and the only other thing then, which I will say then as well, is apparently is it Ortiz and Santana?
Mike Santana now.
Yeah, apparently they face each other or something. They break up and they face each other. That's the other thing.
I read the spoilers. Okay, I think he's back now.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of technical problems. I apologize to our audience and to these guys, because every time it's like I make a point, all of a sudden it's almost like somebody's mad at me. Like, hey, we need to get this guy off here. But no, that's the only thing I was going to say. I'll say it again, that I felt it was a little underwhelming. It's not knocking AEW, but there was some good matches. That Kingston Claudio match was pretty good.
Yeah.
But the Samoa, other than the Samoa Joe MJF matchup, I don't know. Even the Guevara.
Oh, there he goes again. Well, there was a certain moment I did rather enjoy on Grand Slam, but we'll talk about that when we get off air. Xero, you might know what I'm talking about. I'm not sure.
I don't know what you're on about.
Okay, you'll understand what I tell you off air. Okay. So yeah, no surprises. Moxley got injured. Cole got injured. Tyler, say nothing if you're gonna pay me that $100. All right, perfect. Xero, you're my witness. He said nothing. So.
He's back now. There we go. He's back.
Oh, there we go. Did you hear what I said, Tyler?
No, just carry on, because that's why sometimes we have to continue. Because every time I go to say something, it's like, here we go again. So I'm like, okay, they might as well just progress the conversation.
I was like, Tyler, say nothing if you owe me $100. I was like, okay, fair enough.
No, it worked. Hey, it was good timing. It's good that my internet's decided to script. It's not raining or nothing. There's no storms.
Perfect timing. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. So yes, that was pretty much AEW Grand Slam. Rampage is tonight. SmackDown is tonight. We have John Cena and AJ Styles versus Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. I got it this time. I couldn't figure it out off stream, but I got it. Xero made a good point off stream. I'll give credit where credit is due. I'll give credit where credit is due. What was I gonna say? Jeez, no. They might be trying to get the Cena match in just in case the strike ends. Now, Cena's supposed to hang around till the end of October. Will that happen? We don't know. He's supposed to. Actually, I'm sorry. He's supposed to do Saudi Arabia as well.
Yeah.
My sources tell me that's not Xero. No, I was messing with Xero the other day. Xero told me, I'm like, I don't even know. It was like a Tuesday. He's like, oh, John Cena's due for Saudi. I'm like, I don't think so. Wednesday comes around, I see it. I'm like, hey, Cena's due in Saudi. And Zero's like, really? Like, yeah, man. My sources tell me. But yeah, that should be an interesting match tonight. Cena doesn't wrestle on TV often, so it's cool. Io defends against
tonight's main event as well.
Tonight.
Yeah,
Io defends against Asuka tonight. Anything else on tap?
Yep, hold on. Bear with. I've got a bit of a rundown. So
is Dwayne showing again?
No, I don't think we're getting
that's what I'm wondering.
We've got Styles and Cena versus Solo and Jimmy. Io defends, obviously. You've got Rey and Santos versus Street Profits.
Okay.
LA Knight speaks about his championship aspirations as well. I've got that down for the for the information.
There are none. Next.
So that's what's advertised at the moment, and Becky's also teased as well because Becky's announced that she's at SmackDown tonight as well.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
yeah, she's doing her NXT Women's Championship World Tour, so it could be a dark match, it might not, but Becky's actually turned around and said, "I'll see you tonight, Glendale." So basically, and she's tweeted out that she's there tonight. So yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. What was I going to say? I had something in my head. Oh, yeah, I guess we'll discuss it. Last week, The Rock did indeed return. The rumors came out. I didn't want to believe them because I didn't want to get hyped. But if you haven't seen, I'm going to plug a little. If you haven't seen my stream, go watch it. It's clipped. It's a short. I was stunned beyond belief. I couldn't believe it. It was a cool moment to catch on stream because we went into this stream with a plan, and then about 3 to 4 hours before, it's like, wait a minute, The Rock might show up. It's like, all right, now we gotta watch SmackDown live on stream. It was like, and it was cool. It was a cool moment for sure, but I couldn't believe it. But also, I was irate because I went to LA, paid a lot of money, thought I'd see him, doesn't show up. Somebody pays $30 for a SmackDown ticket in Colorado. The Rock shows up. Yeah.
That happened.
I was like, great, lovely. But incredible moment, and the Cena Rock backstage was so hilarious. Even with McAfee, he's like, hey, there's a guy I can't see. And Rock and Cena eye each other down, and Cena's trying not to smile, and Rock's like, I can see you smiling, right? And then they hug, of course. Yeah. It was cool to see. And especially if the strike is indeed going to end tonight or this weekend, whatever. It was cool to see The Rock for sure. I'm a massive Rock fan, and 4 years. It was 4 long years since he appeared.
Yeah.
And then as that happens, Fox leaves SmackDown leaves Fox.
to be fair though, it was perfect timing because of course it was officially the first show under TKO as well. So under new ownership, it was the first official show.
He didn't lock up on NXT, so
but the deal wasn't signed till the end of the Tuesday, was it? So officially, it would have been the
true, but
I'm just being a jerk.
So officially, the first main roster show underneath TKO, and The Rock shows up. What a way to launch it, isn't it? What a way to launch new ownership. Have The Rock show up.
Yeah. In my head, I'm like, okay, McAfee's here. Then Theory came out, and I'm like, there's somebody The Rock can beat up.
Yeah.
And then the music hit, and I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah. And then Pitbull walked out. I mean, The Rock walked out. Yeah, it does kind of look like Pitbull. But whenever Tyler comes back, we'll have him give us his thoughts on The Rock, if he watched it live, any of that. He is really having some internet issues today, but we all go through it. Tyler, what did you think about The Rock's return on Friday? Did you watch it live? Oh, man. Every time he tries to talk, someone's trying to silence him. It's not good.
I know. There's a conspiracy. I don't know if we're talking McMahon or there's Nick Khan's after us. I'm not sure. But no, it's an amazing moment. I had to go back and watch it. I'm going to say it quick before I get off here.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone. There we go. He's gone.
Oh man.
Sorry, folks. We're having a lot of technical issues this evening. On this stream.
It's alright. Stuff happens. What can you do?
Yeah.
We roll with the punches here. It looks like he's giving a thumbs up too, so that's funny. Yeah. Yes. So SmackDown is indeed tonight. No Mercy is indeed next week. We are, as of right now, I believe Dominic Mysterio and Mustafa Ali is just canceled. I'm not sure if
we're going to be
probably
Dragon Lee. It's more likely going to be Dom versus Dragon Lee.
You think Dom gets like DQ'd Monday and then he defends Sunday?
I think they cancel the match on Monday. I don't think they're going to end up doing the match on Monday and they'll just move it to Sunday.
Oh, maybe they beat him up backstage and then
Or obviously they just don't address it. They could literally just not address it basically on Monday. Sure. And maybe Dom just comes out and just says, "I'm not defending today," and that or something. And kind of.
Tyler, in 7 words or less, how did you feel about The Rock? We got to get this in quick. He shows it again. Oh my goodness! He's showing it.
Yeah.
Oh man, we'll move on. It's okay. If he comes back, we could. But do you guys have anything else you want to talk about?
It would be mainly me, wouldn't it, at the moment, with these technical issues? No, I mean...
I can't think of anything else to bring up, quite frankly.
Yeah, no, I can't think of anything else about it at the moment.
The release...
You guys go ahead and talk, because it's kicking me off. I'll just give everybody a disclaimer. Every time I'm about to get thrown a question, it's like that's why I typed in the private channel. I'll just tell everyone that's gonna watch us. Nick, I'm telling you, Nick John's after me now. AOL.
Yeah.
There was one time. Have you ever seen the movie Halloween Ends? It just came out last year.
I have not.
Okay, so I'm assuming he has not seen it. So I got on a stream the day after, and I hated the movie. I bashed it. I bashed it like there was no tomorrow. And my buddy's like, "Why do you sound like that?" I'm like, "Sound like what?" I sounded like a robot the whole time, and they were like, "Oh, somebody's trying to silence him." It was like, this movie, And they were like, "Oh no, they're trying to get Bobby. They're not letting him talk." So then I moved downstairs and it worked. But it was just funny. Yeah, funny little story. But yeah, anything we want to promote going forward? I did not get the buttons. So
one other thing to bring up, I just thought we might as well bring this one up whilst we're here. Randy, he's been at the Performance Center. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, a little late for my team, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, he's been he's been at the Performance Center training, and apparently, well, the video which was released or leaked, I should say, was him, and you could actually see him turn around and telling people to not say anything. Yeah, he's literally, he's just like, "Shush, I'm not here," basically, and that. Yeah, but obviously then he says that, and then within 2 minutes it's leaked all over the internet. So that went well, didn't it, Randy? But
I think he knew. But would love to see Orton. But at this point, you gotta return him at the Rumble. There's no other spot.
Apparently though, he's from what people are saying, from like the images now that are on there, is he's bigger than before. He's a lot bigger.
No. I saw some pictures.
Getting more jacked.
Yeah. Oh, he's jacked.
Yeah,
he's like, oof.
Yeah, he's.
Man, God bless. Yeah.
He's going to be a beast when he comes back. When he finally comes back,
there's only one spot to debut him, not debut him.
Rumble.
The tournament. That's at the Rumble.
That pop will be immense at the Rumble in Florida. That pop will be immense.
Think of the reaction exactly.
Yeah, it would have been cool last year in his hometown, but wait, no. Oh, that was 2022. It was in his hometown. He was at that Rumble. Never mind. I don't know what I'm thinking.
But even having that at the Rumble, even having Randy just return at the Rumble, no matter where it is, after so long out, hearing voices blast out, you're gonna that pop's gonna just be that place is gonna need a new roof.
Insane. Yeah.
What kind of film is gonna need a new roof? Right. So
because let's say he returns at the Rumble, it would be close to 2 years of him being out.
Yeah. It would be
just under 2 years.
What I think they really need to do, because of course it's coming into the 40th year, isn't it? If you think about it, because won't it be like obviously it's Mania 40, so obviously they're going to want to make next year sort of big and that. Obviously under TKO, I personally can see you're going to have, maybe at the Rumble, you're going to have Randy return, Big E return as a surprise.
I don't know if that's a one.
Who else could you have? Maybe if he's agreed to it, maybe Dwayne, he comes out in the Rumble. That could be a moment for it. CM Punk, he'll come out in the Rumble, maybe number 30, something like that. Really, if they do it that way, that's what I can see. If they want to make next year big, they're gonna do that. They're gonna have all those big names there.
I think Dwayne's more likely to show up than Punk at this point.
Do you reckon so? Actually, yeah. I mean, Punk might show up in Chicago on a Survivor Series if anything.
I still don't think Punk shows up at all. I don't.
You still don't see Punk showing up even in Chicago.
No,
I don't think WWE wants that headache. I
don't know, because have you not seen today? There's been a lot of superstars saying they would welcome him in.
Montez Ford, exactly.
Montez Ford and that, each of them said, I would open him with welcome arms and then kick his ass in the ring.
Did you see what Finn Balor said about fighting CM Punk? His exact quote?
No.
He goes, "I would wrestle a broomstick if they paid me." So he doesn't care.
Yeah.
None of them care. As long as they're getting paid, they don't care.
Yeah.
As long as the money's coming in, that's the main thing.
As long as that check gets cleared, they don't care what they're doing. But yes, another good show, gentlemen. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cool.
We'll get those technical issues worked out next time, hopefully. Stuff happens.
Yeah, I hope so. It don't happen often, but I'll have some moments. So forgive me. I just I tell you, there's a conspiracy. I guess I'm just gonna have to be a conspiracy theorist.
Someone's
I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
Yeah. I gotta be careful.
It's Vince taking over. He's trying to hack into He's trying to take control of SmackDown tonight.
Yeah, Vince is typing it in right now.
He's like, all right. He's like, you're fired. You know, that's what I got to do.
It's him trying to change what it is. It'd be him trying to change the script for tonight, and Triple H has directed it back. Triple H is trying to direct it back, and it's gone instead.
That's what he's doing. Yeah, he's rewriting my part of the program. It's like, you're out.
They have Vince trying to change SmackDown. Triple H hands him a landline. He's like, hey, use this phone to call on your changes. It's not connected. It doesn't go anywhere.
Oh, man.
Vince is like, why can't I hear anybody?
It's been fun though. Hey, regardless of technical issues, I'm glad these guys they continued and soldiered on as always. So it was all good.
I enjoy showing. Let me try that again. I enjoy doing this show. Thank you guys for moving with my schedule. I appreciate that. We're gonna have to see what next week brings. I'm gonna try and be there, but we'll see. But I do. What?
You prefer doing this one over Uncut, obviously, where you're just on me. But you know, I get that one. But you know, it's
100%. Listen. I didn't hate Uncut on Wednesday because there was somebody else there. But every other week, I hate everything about it. I'm just kidding. Well, before we went on air, Tyler had to go do something, and as he left, I just said, Xero, I hate you.
So I missed out on the fun. I had to go take a voice message. And
you were like, I'll be right back. And I just go, I hate you.
that was your opportunity to let Xero know. Yeah.
Xero was like, okay. But go follow Xero News where can they find you, Xero?
At NewsZero on Twitter, same on Instagram, and I will just say as well, yesterday I created a TikTok account for us after recommendation, so we will be going on TikTok as well soon. So
cool. All right. Fair enough, Tyler. Jeez, where can they find you, buddy?
They can find me at Dustin Tyler 86 on Twitter, and more importantly, WrestleBuddy.com. Please like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and check out WrestleBuddy and like Xero and Bobby, Xero News, Bobby's Breakdowns. I'm going to plug you guys too. Check all the great stuff out.
And I'm not sure if Tyler said this. Follow WrestleBuddy on Twitter. That is, I believe
there you go.
WrestleBuddy. I believe it's just
it's at WrestleBuddy. Yeah, it's a straight WrestleBuddy.
And if you guys want to give me a follow, like Tyler said, Bobby's Breakdown on Twitter, Bobby's Breakdowns on Instagram, and Bobby's Breakdowns on YouTube. We're almost at 700, folks. By 1 year, at my 1 year mark, which is October 15th or something like that, let's get 700. Okay, let's do it.
And we might as well say because obviously it gets you ratings is. We're doing live streams aren't we soon for the go home shows, the pay-per-views where
Yeah. And Tyler, you are invited to that, by the way, my friend.
Thank you.
We're doing a thing going forward. It's a live stream go home. We'll watch SmackDown and then we'll just give predictions. Or we'll give predictions while we watch SmackDown, We'll have to figure it out. October the Fastlane Go Home show is going to be our first one.
Should be next Friday.
And that'll be, I think, the first week in October.
No,
right?
Next Friday.
Is that 2 weeks from Friday. 2 weeks from Friday. Or 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks from today.
So
2 weeks from today. Because I was like, that's next week already? Jeez. Yeah, but let's do that. Yeah, we'll have some fun. It works better with my schedule. But signing off, I am Bobby with Xero and Tyler. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Try that again. Let us talk to you. Yeah. Signing out. See you later, everybody. Have a good one.